All right, we're back after just a little bit of technical difficulty. Appreciate you guys bearing with us. So once again, we pick up kind of where we left off, talking about the age of the participation trophy and when it should stop. When it's not, because we were just kind of picking up off that. Now, Jay, I know you guys were sitting there pondering a little bit when I went over to ask you before. So what are your thoughts on what age should the participation trophy stop?
Now, what's trophy?
Participation.
That's a good question.
Now,
I definitely, I think, maybe 6th, 7th grade.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Grade.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because they're still kids, they're still babies, so you still gotta, you still gotta,
Okay. So
I also think it matters what you're meaning, like what level you're playing at.
But yeah, I agree with that.
So like for what Jay was talking about with the trophies, it was a recreational level thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's fine, no matter what. Like if you're just playing where, you're just doing, was there a champion crowned or anything, or was it just, No,
please. It was a pizza party and everybody line up and get trophy.
That's great.
Which is a great thing.
I wish we did that more now as adults.
To be honest, listen, my daughter, she was doing T-ball, all right, and she loved it. I mean, she even did a little dance when I said, "Go ahead, Reagan, go ahead," and she. I said, "Okay, that's what's up." You know what I mean? So, it's all good. You know what I mean? Like I think those things are uplifting to the kids. You know what I mean? But now in high school, like,
right.
I don't know, like that might be a little. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of, I know. Go back to success. I know I saw your daughter had a phenomenal weekend when I saw in her softball tournament.
Yeah, last weekend. She played. Like I said, I was only there for those 2 at bats, but they won the championship. They beat a team that has been their nemesis for a while. So it was a good weekend.
No.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, I saw. Did I see? Jayla's a monster. She can hit.
She can hit the ball, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, but you know what? Those pitches, I was watching yesterday. I was upset with my daughter Cameron. Okay, I'm really upset with her because she playing around with her brother. They put a hole in the bathroom door, so I'm very upset about that.
Oh well,
I'm just playing around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh come on, but I was watching the college softball.
Yeah. No, they're a whole nother level.
Yeah, this not bad. So I'm telling Cameron, she's like, nah, but she's upset with me. But how fast does that pitch go?
So if you ever, sometimes they do it, but I remember they've done it in the past. A lot of times those pitches that are coming in are the equivalent of about 94, 97 miles an hour. Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Depending on, whatever, some of the broadcasts, they'll show you the major league equivalency. Now, I love when they do them in the Little League World Series, and I'm so excited the fact that that's back this year because I love watching that. And they'll show you that too. But the college girls are pitching about, anywhere between 92, 95.
Wow.
Even hitting
so they're
97.
balling.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And it's just a whole different ball. The way that they do it, the rise ball and the drop ball. Yeah.
What's the drop ball? Wait, it drop in the dirt?
Yeah, it just drops. So the ball's coming and just drops.
Yeah.
So there's like different, because like in baseball, you can put your spin on it and
it's different pitches.
Wow.
And the good thing about softball, and I'm learning all this stuff now, is these pitchers can go forever because they're throwing it underhand, which is a natural motion.
Wow.
There's no pitch count. There's no
okay.
We have on Jayla's team, we have a very good pitcher who she pitched on Sunday. She pitched our first game, and then she pitched the championship game. So if this was baseball, the same day, she wouldn't have been able to do that.
Right.
There's always been, and that's always the way it's been. It's usually these top teams, they do have that one dominant pitcher, and like the record's like 21-1.
Wow.
And like 4 other people pitched games, and that's it. But it is awesome. I'm glad to see all these are coming back. The College World Series for baseball, for softball, the Little League World Series. Because it's just awesome to watch.
Is that coming back, the Little League World Series?
Yep, it is.
I never really got into it. I'm sure you got into it.
I still love it.
Baseball fan. I'm not sure about you too, Coach, but I got into it when Danny Almonte. You know what I'm saying? That's when I got into it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow. What was he, like 18?
No, he was only 15 at the time.
15, but the cutoff was what?
12.
Yeah, 12.
That's messed up.
So that's a big difference. But
that's messed up.
But let me tell you something. But they have some boys on these teams now like 12 that are like, it's like
They're
he's
monsters.
6'1", 180 monster. And I'm like, listen, I mean, I know I was never the biggest guy on the team, but I remember we had one guy, Vince Amarillo, and he was like 6'3", 220.
Wow.
In 12 years, it wasn't even fair.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I remember that he was just hitting mashing balls all over the place.
Wow.
But it is awesome, and it's awesome for everyone around to see that, and it's just a lot. It's a lot of fun. I still think, and we're kind of getting a little off topic, but it's okay. We'll come back to it. I still hate the fact that in college they're using aluminum bats. I hate it with so much. I understand that it's for excitement value too. But these guys are monsters hitting the ball, and I just think that I would love to see it in wood bat. I would love to see college go to wood bat personally.
Do you think it has anything to do with the cost of making that change?
Maybe. I mean, the aluminum bats though are running $400.
But I'm saying that's a one-time investment for that year. Whereas, bats, you can go through bats.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely. I mean, that definitely has something to do with it. But it's interesting though, because you see a lot of these college guys that will be very successful, during the regular season. Then they'll go play in like the Cape Cod League and whatnot, which is the most elite league, and their average will just drop off completely.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see. I'm just excited, and I love the fact that everything this summer is kind of starting to
come back,
work its way back. The Olympics are working their way back, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a fun summer. But I think we can also talk about something a little more fun, and that's the fact that the Sixers are up 3-0.
I mean that too. I mean, but since we're talking about baseball, listen, Realmuto is off the DL.
I know. I don't want to talk about the Phillies, man.
Right. I don't either, but I mean that's good. But he's off the DL though.
He is.
But Bryce is on it.
Right.
And who's Quinn? Is he good or what?
No, Roman Quinn is so he is so breakable and fragile.
Wow.
And now this injury that he just had yesterday, from what I understand, it might be Achilles.
That's what Girardi said. Girardi says it's not looking good. He feels bad for the kid.
And
I feel bad for him, Girardi.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. We're going to get into
that's who I feel bad for. I feel bad for.
There's actually a lot going on with the Phillies, but I want to focus on the Sixers for now because there is a lot going on there with the Phillies right now. And it was interesting the other day in Joe Girardi's response to how much he's going to let out about, injuries and things like that. And his response the one day, I mean, you could finally see a little bit with Joe that the frustration was boiling over in the one interview the other day with the media. And that's understandable. I mean, it is frustrating because they're not, at the level people thought they were. They have a lot of injuries that they're dealing with. The offense is not producing. I mean, there's a lot of things that I understand, but, Joe's a veteran manager. And I really thought that Joe was what's the word I'm looking for here? Broke a lot quicker than I would expect. I mean, somebody who was managed in New York, was a player for 14 years, you would think he would have a lot more thick skin to deal with than right now to all of a sudden break this early in the season.
Well, I mean, what is when you say break? I mean, what is he breaking? Is he like commenting, on how he's being treated or something like that, or is he talking about the team? Because the team sucks.
They do suck.
Okay, so I mean, what do you want? I don't care what kind of manager you are.
I'm saying,
you have to put the talent on the field, and when you're paying $500 million for a catcher, you know what I'm saying, and you got all the holes, what do you want him to do?
Well, the thing is you still have to, as a manager, you still have to be, the captain of that ship, be able to hold steady. I mean, you already got everything kind of on the edge there, and they're looking at you to lead them. You already had an issue in the dugout with Gene Segura, but the media are sharks. They're waiting to, when they smell blood, they go for it, and they got it. And I was interested to see him respond that way because he's always been very even keel from what I've seen, over the years. So I was surprised to see him react that way.
I mean, what do you want him to do? I mean, you know what I'm saying? The media is getting on him, and he's like, yo, listen, talk to the owners.
There's nothing this manager.
What's his name? Dabrowski or whatever. What's his name?
Well, he's the GM, Dave Dabrowski.
Talk to him.
John Middleton, the owner.
Talk to them.
Yeah, right now there's nothing you can do with this team. They can't pitch. I mean, they can pitch. The bullpen can't pitch. But boy, Archie,
garbage.
Archie's not coming through the way we thought.
Oh, what do you mean? Wait, we thought? No, the way you thought.
You know what's funny? You remember how this whole Archie thing started? You remember?
No, I don't.
Randy didn't say anything. All Randy did was he posted that we signed our.
Oh, right.
That's
Exactly.
it.
Like, I wasn't even
That's all it was.
It was making moves. It was making moves. It was like, it was just like, hey, the Phillies signed this guy. All of a sudden,
No, you want to highlight him.
Well, no,
highlight him. What the hell you highlight him for?
He was a great signing. He really was. I mean,
oh God,
but listen, I mean, look, the thing was, and going into this season, I think that if you were looking at the Phillies in rose-colored glasses, I'm not saying baseball. There's a lot of baseball to be played, so I'm not writing them off by anything like that means. But if you looked at it and you broke it down and you went position by position, there was pretty much every position had a question mark. Even in the rotation, you were a question mark with the 4 and 5 starters. I mean, you had a question with the number 3 starters. Zach Eflin's pitched really well. I mean, and right now you're getting a good performance from Vince Velasquez, which is surprising. The last 4 starts, he's been good. But there's been, they're kind of exactly what they thought we would be. And I mean, I was guilty of it because I love them, is that looking through them through rose-colored glasses. But at no point going into the season did I say, oh, this is a World Series team. I didn't even think that they were a playoff team.
I think the biggest problem that I see with them is it's the same holes that were there last year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what did you do? And I think that's where teams get themselves in trouble, where year after year you have the same, like at the beginning of the year, we thought the bullpen was better.
Yeah.
They were playing, they were pitching better. So we thought that. And then now we're seeing, it was just some Band-Aids here and there. And now everybody's back to who they really are. So now it's like you didn't improve anything. So I think every year you just have to take steps to improve something. And then that's how from the bottom, you have to build your team. But, when you're not making any progress, you're just going to stay where you're at.
Absolutely.
I agree. I can't even say I disagree. I agree. I mean, you're right. But I think if you have the money.
But we go back to.
If you have the money.
We go back to all the time when you say this. No matter what, they have the money to spend regardless of the contracts that are in place.
So spend the money.
Exactly.
No, the problem is they are set up. But the thing is, they spend the money right now. There's nothing to be spent. You can't spend the money in the middle of the season. You know what I mean?
What you mean? What are you
can't spend the money in the middle of the season. It's not you can go buy somebody.
You can't make no trades and like that.
You can, but the thing is, like we have nothing to offer too. That's the problem. Is that the Phillies farm system is so depleted that we can't say to somebody, to a team, we'll take this contract off your hands, and giving you whatever star. If there's a team wanting to get a guy's contract off their hands, chances are we don't want to take that contract off.
You know what? Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna see my point at some point. You don't see it right now. You spend too much money on Real Muto. You don't see it right now.
No.
See,
if there was a salary cap, I would agree with you.
But that's the thing.
But
there's
not.
a luxury tax,
and they have money to spend.
Right.
They're just, and they even said, we're not spending money.
We're not spending no more money.
That's what they said.
Right.
The Phillies.
Yes. Because of COVID and all that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So they ain't got no money. That's what I'm saying. They don't have no money.
They have John Middleton's got plenty of money. The Phillies have plenty of money to spend. That's not the issue.
See, you know what? I always like, and again, I guess I'm not throwing a shot. I'm being funny, but I'm not throwing a shot. But it almost seemed like, I compare myself to Yankees.
Uh-huh.
If things ain't going right, then we on it immediately.
Right.
We're not letting it go because we'll have the money and we're going to spend the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't say you got the money, but then you're not spending the money because then one would think, well, maybe you ain't really got the money.
But you can't spend the money mid-season right now. So
there's nobody to go get right now. Everybody's signed.
Nobody to go get.
You can't make no trades. You can't. I mean, that's
who if you're another team, who from the Phillies do you want? It has to work both ways.
Right. Well, you still got the Real Muto piece. That he's a piece, right?
Okay.
Right. But you can't. What?
See how you're searching.
No, I mean, because the team's not very good.
Exactly.
I mean, but you have some pieces though.
But you have, but again,
like McCutchen, right?
McCutchen's not a piece anymore. Nobody wants that.
You know what? Nobody wanted Abanez. You know what I'm saying? And we took him on and made him a World Series champion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted a couple of other people. Sometimes a change of scenery. You think McCutchen don't still have no life left in him?
No, I think he does have life, but he's not a piece. He's not a trade piece. But that isn't that he's not
a trade piece right now. Is that fair to say?
He's not a trade piece. Yeah. Right. He's
right
not.
now. Is he a switch hitter?
No.
Oh no, he's righty.
He's also now his value has dropped. Defensively, he's now a below average outfielder. Okay. I mean, and as a DH, he's not what you're looking for as a DH. If you're bringing in a DH, more than likely you're looking for a big time power hitter. If you're going to give up that opportunity, so McCutchen's trade value is low.
Is he a Hall of Famer? You think? Or
no?
No.
He's another Hall of Very Good.
Okay, not a Hall of Famer.
No,
he'll make the Phillies Hall of Fame.
No, he won't make the Phillies Hall of Fame. Ridiculous.
I think the biggest problem when you're talking about trades is that the farm system's so bad.
That's the thing.
And I think that's the biggest problem in the organization.
That's been the problem with the team for a lot of years too.
Yeah. Charles says 08 is a distant memory. It is.
No, it is.
It is. It's sad.
No Phillies fan, like they talked about it last night on the radio, and I agree. No, shout out. I love the Rob Ellis show. I listen to him on 94.1. Mm-hmm. He is one of the most underrated Philly sports hosts in the area, I think, personally. Mm-hmm. And he just said it how it is. Like, if you're a true Phillies fan right now, if you're looking at it, you know that you have your expectations for this season are not there. You know that you're looking at the team's lucky to be where they're at, actually, only 2 games under 500, considering all the injuries they've had and everything. And we have a stretch coming up over the next month where the Phillies could find themselves really in a trouble where they might actually be sellers at the trade deadline. And, you look at the money that you invested in Realmuto, in Bryce Harper, in Archie Bradley, in Gene Segura, Didi Gregorius. We were expecting that this year, the next year after that, these couple years were going to be years where the Phillies competed for the NL title. But the thing is,
in the next couple of years,
these were supposed to be competitive years.
Exactly. So you had expectations.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. That's what I'm saying. See, that's the Philly fan, you know what I'm saying? But that's okay. Because earlier you said you had no expectations. No, you know what I'm saying? No. That's the Philly fan. No, you did say that.
Looking at it through rose-colored glasses. Looking at it through rose-colored glasses, yeah.
Okay.
Because you were looking at it and saying, you were looking at different pieces. You say, we have this, this, and this. Now on the season, I know that this team's not going to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I knew in the beginning they wasn't going to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because it's things like highlighting mediocrity. Like you highlighted Archie Bradley, right? So I knew right there. I said, "Wait, this is my guy here. This is my friend here, and he loves the Phillies. Why is he highlighting this bum? You know what I'm saying? Like he's a bum."
But again, I mean, it's like, listen, I mean, if you had no car and you got a hoopty, you'd be excited about your hoopty. So, I mean, we had nothing and we got something that was going to help.
I got you.
My buddy Phil always watching, he was laughing at the Hall of Very Good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I always think that's an interesting debate in a lot of different sports about, and people say it's a Hall of Famer, but no, it's a Hall of Very Good. Yeah. Hall of Very Consistent.
Yeah. He'll make the Phillies Hall of Fame.
No, be quiet.
He will. No. I'm telling you.
What?
Because you guys need people. You guys need players.
We always need players.
You need people.
We need players.
Okay. You need them. You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting. Like, so, for example.
No, come on, Charles. No. Girardi sucks. He sucks. He said, my Charles say he still got faith in Girardi. Girardi sucks.
You know what? Listen, I talked about it last week. I'm quickly losing faith in Girardi. And then this past week, with that incident with the media, I said, all right, that's not what I want to see. I want to see you being able to be a pillar of strength right now, in a time where things are rocky. And you collapse. So I'm looking. You had the argument with Segura. Now Segura has had that issue with multiple teams. Mm-hmm. That's why he's been traded. I mean, the guy can play when he's on the field, but apparently he's an issue in the clubhouse. But things look like they're falling apart. Physically, and then in the dugout. So it's like you kind of look at it from the fans' perspective, and you really just kind of say, what direction is this team going? The other issue though is just that we can't. We have no offense right now. The Phillies have struck out 10 or more times in 32 of their 53 games.
So you got to give a little pass to then Aaron Nola. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been pitching, but he hasn't been getting the run production.
Well, yeah, I mean he hasn't.
So he's still the ace.
No, Zach Wheeler's the ace.
Okay, all right. See, that's what I'm saying. I make my points, and then it's like it's all good though. No, it's all good. Zach Wheeler. Listen, I don't want to talk about these Phillies, but that's cool.
I know we don't. Shout out to Zach Wheeler. That's one guy who's earning every bit of his money. That's for sure.
Okay. What about Bryce?
No, Bryce
is hurt though.
Bryce is hurt. Right. But and I want to break that down because a lot of people quickly are starting to say, are we concerned about what the future holds for it?
When was the last time somebody got paid that much money, or in that kind of, and everybody was like, "Oh, that was," at the end of it, everybody's like, "That was a great contract."
Right.
That never happened.
No, it never happened.
It never happened.
No, I mean, people are talking about too. Like,
well, Pujols.
I was just going to say that was the contract.
Maybe Pujols.
No, Pujols never lived up to the money with the Angels.
Never.
No. I mean, he. If you look at his money with the Angels,
what about the Cardinals though?
Well, the Cardinals, he was a monster. He was
what did he get? I don't know what his contract was with the Cardinals. I know that Angels contract.
With the Angels was the 10-year, $250 million deal.
Yeah.
But he never lived up to it. And but it doesn't matter. Right now in the NL in general, you got elite teams. That's the Dodgers, the Padres, the Braves when they're healthy. But the Padres and the Dodgers are going to be. That's the bar right now. But I know you said you don't want to talk about the Phillies, and I agree because listen, because there's much more other things to talk about.
Let's go.
This is really good for my anger management being on here because I really have to breathe and work through it. But at the same time, like we said, the Sixers are up 3-0, coming off a huge victory, 132-103 last night, led by Joel Embiid, 36 points. He was a monster, career playoff high. Danny Green was on fire in the first half, 5 for 5 on threes. I mean, Seth Curry was doing his thing. Ben Simmons was doing. I mean, they are doing exactly what we wanted them to do. I think that we talked about last week when we had our show. It was the first game of the season, or first game of the series was upcoming, so we were, kind of we had our expectations. We said we should win this series with no problem. But the fact that they're coming in and they're handling business, and even in a couple of instances where like the Wizards worked their way back and cut a lead to 6. Like I know last night's lead was 14, and then the Wizards cut it down to 6. Next thing you know, the Sixers blew it back open to 13 or 12. So when at any point when the Sixers have had pressure, they've stepped up. They put the pedal down, and it looks like, if you ask me, I think they're going to be a sweep on Monday without any issue. Coach, what are your thoughts on the series so far?
I mean, I think they're doing what they're supposed to do, and it's good to see that they're handling business. It's good to see that the thing that stuck out to me about it is Joel. He's serious. Mm-hmm. He's not, and even until yesterday when he missed that dunk, and then the whole thing with the fan, and he was egging on the fans, and he got the next one. That was the first time I've seen him back to kind of like that old Joel. And I guess when he did the DX thing, the chop when he got the N1 the other day. But other than that, he's been about his business. He's gotten a couple fouls where they weren't fouls, and he wasn't complaining. He just got back on defense, different things like that. So I think he's kind of setting the tone from that perspective of, this is business, and it's not, he's not playing games. Like he's taking it more serious. And I think that's the key to the whole thing. And they're doing what they have to do. The defense has been great. Bradley Beal, I think, took 20-something shots, you know what I mean? And very inefficient, which is good to see.
I think it was 10 of 26 last night.
Yeah, so it's good to see things like that. And then when you got Danny Green rolling, and that's what's going to be the key in the rest of the series is the other guys. So hopefully everybody stays hot the way they are, but it's been great to see.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely has. And like you said, if Danny Green, Seth Curry, guys like that coming in, are hitting shots, that's when, the Sixers are going to be unstoppable, if you ask me. Jay, what are your thoughts?
I just think he's locked in, like you said, Coach. He's locked in. And that's the thing. That they need to make quick work of them. The same way the Bucks are. I mean, the Bucks are spanking the Miami Heat. I mean, spanking them. And that's what the Sixers need to do. And they need to close out. I actually think that them not closing out is not a good thing. I think that they have to get it done. Yeah. You can't go through all this and then now don't get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
you don't have no let up. No let up. You know what I'm saying? I like the way they've been playing. And they've been hitting shots. I think that's the main thing. They've been hitting shots.
Yep.
And then you have the other pieces that's been playing well. The Matisse Thybulls. I think you even see Corky was hitting some shots. Maxi's getting burned in. Maxi's getting burned in the first quarter. Yep. It's getting burned in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? So those pieces, what do they call them? Ancillary pieces. They have to. They gotta be able to step up. If not,
a word, Jay.
Nah, I mean, it's all good, but they gotta be able to step up and get busy. And I think if they get busy, then we're good.
No, I mean absolutely. I mean, like you said, you're getting the step up from a T-Style. Ben is doing his thing. I know people are trying to highlight and say, oh, there's still issues because there's concern. He's still 0 for 10 from the free throw line. Last I saw, I'm not sure if he went to the line anymore last game, and they're saying, oh, that's going to matter down the stretch. And yeah, of course it is. I mean, in the later rounds, if he's still struggling from the free throw line, it's going to be highlighted. But you look at it and you say, right now we're getting through it. And I'm not going to sit here and nitpick because, and there will be people that will do that. People will say, but I think people are still out there looking for something to rag on Ben about. Yeah, right. But he's doing his thing. He's come out strong. He's come out on fire. And the same thing, just like Joel, he's come out with a purpose. And like last night, he started the game off 3 for 3. And he's becoming when he's aggressive. That's what I don't care how he gets his points. Like we've always said, I don't care how he gets his points. But as long as he gets them, that's all that matters.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, when like you said, when he's aggressive, they're a different team. Mm-hmm. When he's aggressive, that's when the other guys are when you're Danny Greens, your Seth Currys, those guys are wide open when he's aggressive.
Right.
Because there's more because people aren't leaving Joel. People aren't leaving Tobias now. Right. So now when he's aggressive and people have to help off of him, now you have your shooters, they're wide open. And those guys are professionals, man. They're not going to miss those shots.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that's the key. Like, those shots going down, like you said, and just opening. But you mentioned Tobias. Tobias has been balling.
Yeah.
I can't even front. He's been balling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So who did we say? We were debating him or DeRozan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still DeRozan? Y'all still DeRozan? Y'all were both DeRozan.
As a better player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like Tobias. But anyway,
I like Tobias too.
Yeah, he's grown on me. He's grown on me.
I agree.
He's grown on me.
I think I've seen, and I guess I'm looking at the whole picture, not now.
Today, I'll take Tobias. Career, I want DeRozan.
And that's kind of where I'm at too with that. Is I'm looking at the whole picture.
Right.
That DeRozan.
But DeRozan has more years. That's why.
Well, he
has better years.
Better years. He's also been a guy that you could lean on to step up and be a killer. Stop it. At times,
DeRozan wasn't. Hold on, DeRozan was a number 1 option on a number 1 seed. Tobias will never be a number 1 option on that.
Okay. You know what, Phil Reed he bring up a good point. That's a good point. I thought about that because the Wizards, are they just that bad? But I actually think they're okay though with Beal and Westbrook. I think they're not bad. I think they're okay.
No, I mean I think the Sixers are legit.
Yeah,
I think it's a 1-8 matchup. Like this is what's supposed to happen.
Right, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I think this is what's supposed to happen,
especially after they had to play through the bubble, and get in.
Yeah. So I mean, this is your normal 1-8 matchup. I think in the West, what we're seeing to compare it to the East, I think we're seeing more better teams in the West. Okay. So when you have Memphis as an 8 seed playing Utah, and I think Utah is a fraud 1 seed. So if you have a healthy Lakers team at 1 playing this Memphis team, it's the same thing as what the Sixers are doing.
I got you. I see what you're saying. Okay.
You know what I mean? So I think it's just the matchups that you're getting.
Okay.
I mean, the East is definitely stronger top. I mean, the West is stronger top to bottom than the East. Yeah. But I think this is your typical 1-8 matchup.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it is. I mean, going back to that, what you were saying, with the DeRozan, Tobias, like you said, Coach DeRozan overall, big picture, I think has had the better career than Tobias.
I think this doesn't have, it's a lot. Tobias doesn't have the number of years yet. You know what I'm saying? So I think is it? I mean, I guess that's the obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, with DeRozan. DeRozan's been in the league for a while, more years than Tobias.
But if you go by their best years, I think DeRozan's best years are better than Tobias's best years. This is Tobias's best year of his career.
Second, I say his best. Yeah, you're right. But let's see how he does in the playoffs because so far so good. But we have to see how he is in the later rounds.
For sure.
Right. Because DeRozan in the later rounds, he went from a killer to like a little poodle.
That's also when he was playing against somebody.
Oh, Kyle Lowry stepped up. I mean, I'm saying that's
different breeds. There's no question.
Right. Okay.
There's no question.
DeRozan always like he was just like either depressed or he had a headache. He didn't feel well. I don't know. And of course, I don't want to be too critical because again, I don't play. You know what I'm saying? I got to be mindful. I don't want no Kwame Brown smoke. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, yo.
And I don't think DeRozan was a true number one guy. And I think that's I think we're comparing apples to oranges there. Right. If you take even just take Joe off the team,
right?
Tobias isn't getting it done.
No. Right, you're right. And maybe that's where they went wrong because they tried to build him as a number one guy. With that. You know, but maybe at the time he was number one in Toronto.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, these playoffs is doing their thing, man.
No, they absolutely have.
They absolutely have. Come on.
You know, so just to wrap that up, do the Sixers close it out tomorrow night?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
I think more for the fact that the Wizards are done.
Yeah,
they don't want it. They don't.
And then once you get spanked by 30, like you've lost all games. Like let's say you lost game 1, game 2, and they were okay, but then you get spanked by 30 at your crib. At your crib,
which is one of those games where you got a shot.
You got it. Yeah, and it's like they were hyped. They already know, like, yo, we're done. We still got to try though, but you're done.
I can't let it go though, too, without going back to the game 2 incident with Russell Westbrook. We have to touch on that.
Oh, with the popcorn?
With the popcorn.
Come on. I mean, you know what? I expect Russ to act that way. Like, I'm not upset with him. Like, you shouldn't be throwing the stuff on the.
No, absolutely.
You know, that's disrespectful. But it doesn't come with the territory. It do. Like, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't. But, okay, you know, and he reacted. But I think what I got upset more is about Beal. Beal said, yeah, I mean, you know, he jumped on, they were saying crazy things to us on the court and my family sitting there. I'm like, yo, you don't bring your family to the away arena then.
I mean, imagine what it was like in the early 90s. And
people pay their ticket to go see their team.
But as a fan,
and they're drinking beer, the owners know what they're doing.
But as a fan, you still have a responsibility of a limit. There's still a limit that you should have respect and go to.
True.
You know, I mean, and that's the thing, because as a fan, I always say you can boo, you can get on a player about the shooting, blah, blah, blah. Don't talk about a guy's family. Don't talk about the, like, I just think there's a certain line, you know, like you could be like, oh, you know, my daughter can shoot better than yours. Like, you could say like that, but as soon as you say derogatory things about somebody's family, or, I mean, you know, that I think is crossing the line. As a fan, you can boo, you can talk poorly about, you know, a guy, but you have a responsibility as a fan at the stadium.
Sure.
Yeah. Go. I think a player should never have to not fear, because I don't think they're scared of the fans, but they should never have to worry about being touched, something being thrown at them, anything like that.
Sure.
And I think as a fan, like you're saying, Randy, I agree with that. If you're saying, you can say pretty much anything you want to a player, right? And I even think, obviously, people cross the line there, but I think that's when it gets a little like, oh, but words are words. Mm-hmm. But when it starts crossing that line, I think that's when there's a problem.
Hey, listen, you know what? I like being able to, I don't know. You know what? I remember going to the games in 2001, and we would go in there and, you know, we were saying, I mean, you know, I was up in the rafters, and we were saying all kind of things to the players. They couldn't hear us though. But then you had the fans saying shit to themselves, you know what I'm saying? And they was fighting. I seen them tumbling over and everything. But that's part of that experience that you want to go to the game for. Like I remember, matter of fact, I think I got Jake on here. I think I might have been with him, and we were I was with somebody, and we were watching the Sixers and the Knicks in Philly, and that's when, we were watching Boston when they had Kyrie or whatever. We're talking junk. We used to be able to, you know, kind of talk junk to the players and whatever. That's just part of being a fan. Like when you get in those positions of leadership, and I'll say even just leadership, but even of notoriety, okay? You got to be able to you got to understand that some of that stuff comes with it. You can't say, oh, well, you know what? Nah, I just want to be a regular person. When you're making, you know, hundreds of $1 million and you're on display, you got to know that jealousy and all that stuff is going to come with it. So you got to be prepared for it. But you don't have to necessarily be disrespectful. Like throwing the popcorn, that's taking it too far.
No, it was. I mean, because all he had to do, he could have let Westbrook know verbally, "Well, Westbrook, you suck. You're nobody. You're in our house now," whatever it may be. But when you do that, it's right. Then you are.
But the guy that was going like this to Westbrook in the front row, well, he paid $500-$600 to sit there. He want to do that, like you got to be able to just shrug that off, or you know what I'm saying, talk a little. I mean, to me
now that's it. So I think the way Westbrook handled that was phenomenal.
He didn't understand.
No, he didn't. He stood there. He just pointed at the guy. His teammates came over, and he just kept pointing at him like, "What is this guy doing?" So I didn't think.
Okay. I thought people were funny.
They throw him out.
Yeah,
they did. Now he got banned. He got a lifetime ban
for that.
Yeah. No, the popcorn guy. I'm not sure about the.
I think the other guy did too. He's a doctor.
You know, but it was interesting though because people were laughing. They said, "Oh, I thought he had a bum ankle," but they were like, "He exploded back out that tunnel towards the the pop." Disrespectful. Now though, going back to what Phil said, people want players to accept things that we absolutely would not be willing to on the street. Imagine a random person just throwing popcorn on you after a hard day at work as you walk out the door. Understood. And but like you said, that comes with the territory. So,
yeah, but like then you have the incident with Trae Young getting spit on. Like that's completely unacceptable.
Now that was at the Garden.
But that's a whole other thing. Like
that's like another level of that's past the popcorn.
Yeah, so then you have in Utah, Ja Morant's mother being threatened. Like that's just words, but you can't do that.
No, you can't do that. I mean, they've been doing that for a lot of years, throwing sodas, popcorn, whatever. I mean, if you look at football games over the years, how many times you watch guys go in the tunnel and they're getting doused with whatever it was. But, with that said, I know we really wanted to get into some Knicks talk.
We got Jake here. Let me see if we can bring him in. Jake, are you on, Jake?
I'm here. You hear me?
Okay, no, we do. We hear you. We hear you and we see you. All right, Jake. Yeah, this is Jake here. No, you can look.
Yeah, right I know. I'm just checking it all out. We got our.
You want to look this way.
I'm just saying. I wanted to check out our new.
Look right there.
Listen, I feel like I'm at the. Listen, as you guys can see, we're doing some new stuff here. We got Jake. So Jake, go ahead. I know this is your man with the Knicks. So.
But let's start with how do you feel about because they spit on him at the Garden?
Yeah. So yeah.
When was it though? When he was walking through the tunnel or something?
No, he was about to inbound the ball.
And they spit on him.
Yes.
How you feel about that, Jake?
Yeah, well, that's inappropriate. You can't, that has no place in the game right there. You got to focus on, the game itself. You can't come to the arena to spit on players. That's just totally crossing the line because, those are the type of things that, players can go berserk about, and rightly so, can kick you behind, and you would have no say. That's the ultimate disrespect, spitting on someone. So that's something that's totally not allowed in the game.
So you're go ahead.
I was saying that you're beyond the game right there when you're doing something like that.
Right. So it almost seems like we need to apologize to Meta World Peace and Ron Artest. No, if you think about it, we should apologize to him, right? Because he got banned. What he got suspended? 78 games because the fan threw the beer. He was the one that was more penalized than the fan.
Yeah, but again, you still have to have.
And this is what you said. How you're on display. This is part of what. The expectations. This is part of what you sign up for. So when this happens, I think this is where what you signed up for comes into play. You can't react like that.
Okay, you got it. Okay,
that's where I think.
So right, because Trae Young didn't react though, or did he?
No.
Okay.
No, he didn't react. He reacted in his gameplay.
Oh yeah, he sure did. Okay. He saw it coming at him.
Well, no, you could see so the camera's on him like this. And you see the spit coming at him like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Now, but like you said, that's a different level.
Different level.
When you do when you're spitting at somebody, it's a whole nother level of disrespect.
It is.
A whole nother level. Now, like I said, I want to know what Jake's thoughts are on the Knicks Hawks series though. Overall, big game today, game 4.
Yeah, that's why I got my Knicks stuff on. I don't know if everybody can see it, man, but we got all hands on deck. All hands on deck right now.
We are definitely prepared, and hopefully Randall, he's looked like a deer in the headlights, over the last couple of games, almost seeming like the stage is too big for him in the playoffs. When you go from averaging 37 points against the Hawks in the regular season to now averaging 14.3 points in the playoffs, you're supposed to elevate your game to the next level. And it looks like so far he's shrunk when the lights got the brightest. Now everybody's saying that, it's the first time the Knicks have had fans. So, there's some jitters there, but okay, we're looking at game 4 today. I'm looking for Randall to have a big game today. No excuses. I don't hear about this jitter nonsense. He has to have a big game today. I mean, whether it's knocking down the threes, whether it's finding the open man, whether it's being more aggressive and going to the basket and getting your shot or drawing the foul, he has to really shake off this deer in the headlights look that he's had.
Let me ask you a question, Jake. But first, let me preface, Coach. Coach, have you been watching the Knicks game?
Yeah.
Do you like how they're using him? I don't like how they're using him.
In terms of what?
In terms of they have him bring the ball up. He's starting the offense, and then sometimes he's just going one-on-one. I feel like sometimes they should try to maybe get him some low post action, maybe some high post action, or something like that. I don't think they're using him right because it's different in the playoffs.
Right, and I think that's probably that's how they've been using him all season. He's had the most isolations of any player in the league this year, so that's just what he's been doing. And I agree, you got to switch it up.
You got to switch it up. Like he's oftentimes when he's even trying to even do what he's normally does, it's forced. Yeah. It's just not in the flow of any type of offensive strategy. And maybe are we seeing? If I think about it, are we seeing? Thibodeau's coaching expertise kind of reaches max.
I mean, I don't think that in terms of Tom Thibodeau. He's the runner-up for Coach of the Year. I think what he's done with the talent level that the Knicks had this year, again, looking at what Vegas predicted and ESPN predicted for the Knicks to do this year, only win 22 games. That's what they were predicted to win this year. Mm-hmm. So for them to go from 22 games, to go 41-31 is a testament to coaching. So, I mean, I'm going to leave, Tibbs in terms of his coaching acumen out. But I would say he could tweak the lineup in the playoffs, I believe. I would say move Randall to the 5. Bring Topping in at the 4. You got to get more scoring. You got to get more agile and mobile.
I like Obi Toppin.
And I like the energy that Obi brings when he comes in. So you got to bring some more offense in, some more athleticism in to the game. With Randall at the 5, yeah, he's going to be a little undersized, but there's going to be an advantage on the offensive end, and that can draw the center of the Atlanta Hawks out. And now that's going to free up the paint. Now you can go to the basket and operate a lot better. I just think that's something that can be tweak some of the lineup. I think Rose starting. I don't think I would start Rose. And you don't
start him. It would have been 2 blowouts. Please.
No. I look at where they brought him in. We lost the game, the other day with Rose starting. To me, I even think, having Ntilikina in the game to start, even if it's for a few minutes, and then bring in Rose. You know, because you don't want to burn Rose out. Again, you know, we're talking about a guy that had 2 reconstructive surgeries on his knees.
But he's still balling, though. But let me ask you.
He's balling. Absolutely.
Let me ask you guys a question. Where do you see today's game at 1:00? Where do you see that happen? You see the Hawks, or you see the Knicks getting this one?
I think the Knicks is going to get this one. I think the Knicks. I think the Knicks is going to get this one.
What? Wait, hold on, Jake. Wait a minute. You like?
Listen, he won me over.
Oh, come on.
with all his talking and everything, and then backing it up.
He's getting busy.
He's getting busy. I think the NBA is missing that. I think the NBA is missing that like Derrick Rose said, this is what the NBA used to be.
Yeah.
That's what the NBA got soft. He's like, I don't know what happened, but so I'm enjoying it. I think the Knicks are going to win this game.
I think the Knicks get this
one. I think the Knicks are going to win this game because they have to.
They have to.
And I think this is a series that goes 7, so I think the Knicks win today.
Now, let me ask you and this is last question for you. This last question too. With the performance that you're seeing with Julius Randle, and I think that Randy, if I'm not mistaken, you had him in the conversation for MVP.
Yeah.
Okay. So with this now it's funny because
conversation are very good.
Huh? No, I actually think that I almost wish that the MVP, the criterion kind of went into the playoffs a little bit, because then I think Jokic is coming down a little bit, and Joel has stepped up a little bit.
I agree. Okay? I think Embiid is your MVP.
Huh?
I think Embiid should be the MVP of the league.
That's absolutely right. We definitely like that. But last question: is Randle a max guy? Because that's what you're going to have to pay him in New York next year. You're going to have to pay him max dollars. So how many times have you seen free agents ball out in their last year and then be garbage every year after? You've seen Siakam. You've seen, these players get max contracts and they flame out. So is Randle, real quick, is he a max guy?
He's definitely a max guy. And here's why. Each team has 3 max guys.
Okay.
Right? That's how much money you can spend. Is he one of the top, I don't know how many, 90 guys in the league? Absolutely.
Okay.
He's definitely a max guy. And also, if you're not going to sign him, you're going to take steps back. Because who's coming to New York this season, this offseason?
Okay, that's a good point. What about you, Randall?
No, I mean, I agree. I mean, he's got my namesake too. Obviously, Randall's got a root for Randall.
Oh, Randall, okay.
But
I got you.
No, I mean, absolutely. Like Coach said, he also has just changed his game from the Julius Randle you knew before to the Julius Randle now. I mean, you've heard nothing but his work ethic. I mean, he's been a leader. I mean, you have to do it. So you have to. You have to do it.
What about you, Jake? Last question. Do you think Randall's a max guy?
I'm leaning towards yes. And my thing is, if you can pair him up with another star, because you definitely need another star so he can flourish. You definitely need another star that he can flourish. I've heard rumors and whispers, whether it's Beal, whether it's Towns, that they can peel away from some of these other teams. If you could do that and pair him up and have Randall still there, I would take that. Now, if they're talking about a team, let's say like Minnesota says, you know what, if you want Towns, you got to give us Randall. Now, I'm sorry to say, but I would give Randall to Minnesota and take Towns, because I just think Towns is an all-around better star.
And I think he's younger too.
And he's younger. So I'm saying yes, but with the hopes of them pairing him up in the off season with someone else. But he cannot be the only guy on the Knicks from here on, because you're gonna have the same result. We want to get to that next level.
Well, listen. Hey, listen. Like I said, I got my New York stuff on, man. So all hands on deck. 1:00. Definitely got to get it done. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can close it out. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I appreciate it. Hey, listen, Jake, man, I appreciate you joining us. Once again, for everyone watching, I got our new technology here, was able to have Jake, right there visually. So we appreciate it. And definitely want to see you join us again on a future show, man. We appreciate it.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right. Later.
Jake out.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually, that was pretty cool though, Jay. I have to tell you, for everyone watching our new technology here, to be able to see everybody and do it.
I got to get it back over here though.
It's all right. Hey, listen, it's all work in progress. All work in progress. I mean, just switching over though, when it comes to the Knicks series, just switching over to some of the other series that we have in the NBA. I mean, last night you look at. You had the Bucks close out the Heat, which we kind of, talked about a little bit earlier on in the show. I mean, the Bucks look good. The Bucks look really good. They look really solid. They're going to be tough. I still don't know, where they're at necessarily in the East. What are your thoughts after seeing them play, Coach?
I mean, the Bucks, the Bucks are tough. I think the Bucks match up with the Nets better than anybody else. Mm-hmm. I think the way they're playing, the way their guys are shooting the ball. Chris Middleton's playing great. Drew Holiday just does whatever he needs to do for them to win, and Giannis is being the star. So I mean, I think they have they're good, and I think Miami and I'll give you credit on this. Miami isn't what we thought they were.
No doubt.
I guess the question I have is, would you still rather have Jimmy here?
No.
And for me, the answer is absolutely yes.
No,
absolutely.
And I'm gonna tell you why. You know what? I'm saying, oh wow, right. That's a good point. All right, so that's the next level.
Yeah.
That's the next level. Okay. I didn't even catch that. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's the next level. Okay.
We made it work. Made it work.
Yo, so I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, duh. That didn't even make sense. That's okay. Yo, next one. I got you. What was the question though?
Jimmy.
No, I don't want Jimmy. Because you know what? Jimmy seems to be like a problem everywhere you go. I mean, after the Minnesota thing, we're like, okay, yeah, you know what? Hey. Every team could have a bad little situation, okay? But then, he went to Philly, right? He had a problem with Brett Brown. We're like, okay, well, I got a problem with Brett Brown, so he gets a pass on that. But now you're in Miami. Now you're causing problems down there.
What is he called? I haven't heard. What's the problem?
He's just getting on that team in that Jimmy way. And because Jimmy likes to and I've heard this from Minnesota when we were
The sources,
right?
The sources. But here's my thing, though.
But I heard this with Andrew Wiggins and Towns when Jimmy's like, well, y'all ain't playing hard. Y'all ain't this, y'all ain't that. And they're like, yo, dude, you on the fucking team too, though, bro.
But now,
hold on. Too.
Because here's the thing, and don't take this comparison the wrong way, because I'm not going there at all. But who was the toughest competitor on their teammates because they wanted to win?
Wait, on whose team?
In general, who was the toughest competitor out there who was hard as hell on his own teammates because he wanted to win at all costs?
Michael Jordan.
Right. So, and I'm not comparing Jordan and Butler. But what I'm saying is people are looking at Butler like he's causing problems. Maybe he just wants to win more than the teams that he's on. And you need a guy like that.
But he can never. But I don't even like the reference because you can't put him in the same stratosphere as Jordan.
No, I'm not saying. Okay. I'm saying the approach is that people
not even an approach because Jordan was giving you 40 every night.
Yeah,
Jimmy barely gives you 8.
You're right. Okay, you're right. But what I'm saying is people don't like to be pushed, and you know what? And Jimmy, wherever he goes, he's pushing people.
Who's pushing Jimmy? Shit, who's pushing him?
Nobody's pushing him.
That's the problem,
right? That's the problem. Thing, though. But we're saying is Jimmy's such a bad guy.
I don't think Jimmy can be. If Jimmy's here, he's not the best player on the team, which I think is good for him.
Right.
Okay, right. But in Miami,
all we have to do is say, Jimmy, there's 2 minutes left. We need you to score the rest of this game.
Okay, he can go get a bucket. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So
that's fair.
I mean, that's where I think I look at it and I say that's killer. I know we have Joel, but I'm still curious down the line. Who's going to hit that big jumper if we need to go get a point?
Which Sixers team do you think is better? That to this year's team or that team with Jimmy and JJ?
Well, I think this team is better. I think it's deeper.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because what's the X factor? The coach. So what does Doc do with that other team
Right.
that Brett couldn't do with that team? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I don't know. I don't know. This team is well, though. I like this team. I definitely like this team better than last year's team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're just better well coached.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, in out of timeouts, you see them go get buckets. You see them go handle their business. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just feel like, we're in a good position.
No, I
know what I mean? But Jimmy's not a max guy. He's not a max guy.
He is a max guy.
But he is, because it's interesting how you broke it down though, Coach. You said each team gets those 3 max players. Is he one of the top 90 players in the league?
Yes.
And absolutely.
Well, who's the max players on Atlanta?
Trae Young, Capella, and it's probably going to be John Collins. Or no, it might even be Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich, right? Yeah, he's been balling.
Think about it,
too.
it's 90 guys. That's a lot of guys.
Yeah, he's been balling too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I said, but listen, their history,
Yeah,
like I said,
I think they're gonna be major factors in the offseason, Miami. I think they're gonna make a lot of moves. I know everybody's saying, my sources are telling me that that if this Clippers thing doesn't work out this series, that Kawhi might be headed out.
I did hear that.
And
He's a free agent.
What are your thoughts on that Clippers series moving into that? Do the Clippers come back and win that series?
I think. Who they? Wait, they're playing Dallas.
Dallas.
I thought that game escaped Dallas.
I agree, and that's what worried me.
Yeah.
Worried me from a Clippers standpoint is in a must-win game that you still barely squeak it out.
That's right.
You're not. They're just not. And I don't understand. And I guess it kind of tells me about Kawhi. You're the best defender on the team, but you won't go guard him. You won't go guard Luka.
Yeah, it's funny. A buddy of mine just said this, the day we were watching him, he said, "Why is Kawhi not on Luka?" And if I'm coach, I say go guard Luka, shut him down. We win this series, no problem.
But it's because you're probably going to spend all your energy on guarding Luka, and then now we need you on offense. Because how much did Kawhi drop?
So we need you to do both.
But you're a star. You're a star.
He's a star. He's a superstar.
You're supposed to be one of the.
He is.
He
is. Yes, you're right.
We need you to do both.
I just don't think Kawhi, but maybe that's his demeanor. I just don't think he's checked in. I don't know. He doesn't look checked in to me, but then maybe that's his demeanor.
I feel like he hasn't been locked in since San Antonio.
I was going to just say San Antonio too.
I don't even think he was locked in for Toronto. I think he was just playing, and everything.
Okay.
And everything. Think about it. Everything worked out for them.
It did.
It worked.
They didn't play Golden State
It
top
did.
nine.
Right.
It did.
They didn't.
It did.
I think you're right. I think the best version of Kawhi we saw was when he was in San Antonio. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting, but I think, like you said, that game got away. Dallas is confident. Dallas has all the confidence. They're playing at home again, so they're going to go up. I think they take them out.
Yeah. Are they playing tonight? I think they play tonight, right?
Well, let's see. Yeah, Clippers and Mavs are tonight.
Yeah,
9:30 tonight.
I like Luka. Luka's tough, man. Luka's tough. Their team is a decent team, and it's really different. Especially when you got Porzingis.
Well, when he's back healthy, that makes him a whole different level.
Yeah.
He was out this year too. That makes him a whole different team when he's healthy.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Good draft pick by Phil Jackson. What do you think?
Who?
Porzingis.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah. We were killing them.
Yeah.
At first, but Porzingis can play.
Yeah,
he can play. He can play.
Yeah.
He can. We'll see.
He went after Okafor, didn't he?
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okafor, bum.
Be careful. You might start.
Oh, yeah, I don't want. Yeah, that's right. I definitely don't want no Kwame Brown issues. Right. Damn.
He's gonna come at you.
Right. But
he might be listening to Let's Get It podcast now.
Listen. I remember my man Ortiz. Okafor. Matter of fact, we went to the game and we Okafor was playing that year, I think.
All year.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm talking about coach.
Okay.
Probably, yeah.
I think he was, right? So my man Ortiz was like, yo, man, he got a nice piece in Okafor. I'm like, yo, he's garbage. I'm like, yo, he's 7 foot and he's averaging 7 rebounds, 6 rebounds. Like, you soft. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, come on, he's a baby. Yo, that was his best year.
It was. His rookie year was his best year.
That was his best year. He almost had like a Michael Carter Williams effect. You know what I'm saying? Because Michael Carter Williams hasn't been nothing since that first year.
It's like when you're on a bad team, somebody's got
to play, right?
Somebody's got to score.
Yeah. Is he even still in the league, Okafor?
I don't think he is. I think I was literally just hearing about him going overseas or something.
Yeah.
His sources were telling him that he's going overseas.
Yeah.
Right. But then, matter of fact, I used to tease, because what did he used to do? He said, yo, man, what did he say? We getting money over here. We getting money. He got in a fight. Didn't he get in a fight in Boston?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, man. They garbage. You know
I mean, you know, it's
Yeah, but you can't even call nobody garbage no more, man. It's just terrible times now. It's terrible times.
There's soft times, but you know, like I said, moving on though, the other series we're going to talk about, the Nets and the Celtics. I mean, Jason Tatum dropping 50 the other night. It's unreal. Do you think that that's the only game that the Celtics get in the series?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I do. I agree too.
I mean, the Celtics had to play perfect, and Tatum had to score 50 for them to barely beat the Nets.
Oh yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
No, I agree.
Absolutely.
You know, and there was the same thing. There was we're talking about fans talking about and saying inappropriate things. I mean, Kyrie was bringing it up, talking about when he was in the Garden, he was hearing all kind of comments.
Well, I think that's different. I think that's different. I think that's different. I think there's a history there.
Yeah, and it's that line.
There's I think whatever Kyrie gets when he goes to Boston is not the same as a random game at Madison Square Garden or in Utah. I think that's different.
Right.
Oh, you know what? And it was,
and I'm not to cut you. I almost felt like he was shook. I felt like he was scared. You know what I'm saying? Because he prefaced it earlier, and I hope that the fans in Boston, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, come on, dog.
But you just loaded it up for him.
Right.
As soon as you let him know.
Exactly.
But it almost was like trying to bring attention to it to maybe have like a reverse effect on it. You know what I'm saying? Like Kyrie, like, dude, you know why they gonna be on your head, bro.
What do you expect?
Like you say, yeah, I'm gonna stay here, and then you bounced.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna be saying all kind of shit.
Yeah.
Now, Boston, truth be told, I mean, Boston's a very, very race. I think it's a racist town. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of parts of Boston.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But there's racist towns all over. You know what I'm saying? But Kyrie, with them getting on you, it's because you duped them.
Because of what happened.
Right. It's because of what happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
The like you said, I was going to go back to saying, and I meant to say when we talked about the Knicks and the Hawks, that I think it's great for the NBA, the issue with Trae Young and building up that the rivalry with the Knicks, because the Knicks, it's like, I hate to say, when the Knicks are good, it's great for the NBA. It's like when the Yankees
City,
I'm just saying it's great. So it's great when you have that prime time. Like today, you hope that at 1:00 with the Sunday game that people are home watching on a rainy day. You hope that there's another issue between Trae Young and the fans, something that rivals it up, because that's going to bring fans back.
Well, Trae, listen, you know what I thought about?
I'm sorry, like, I know they're in Atlanta, but
I thought about like, yo, being a Knick player, a New York Knick. First of all, it's different than being a Brooklyn Net. Like being a Brooklyn Net, you're not going to get everybody's best. I'm not saying that you know what I mean? You probably get everybody's best because you got like three stars on the team.
Because of what your team is right now.
Right.
Well, you're also not playing at the Garden.
But when you are, I don't care if you're Rory Sparrow and the bums from when I was going, when the tickets were $7 and Knicks was garbage with Hubie Brown, okay, before 84. It was more like the Bob Hill era. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though you had those type of players and they were like CB type players, you still came and brought your best because you were on the best stage. Right. In fact, Coach, didn't you play the Garden?
I did not play in the Garden.
That wasn't at the Garden? I told Jay, I said, yo, Coach had 20 at the Garden.
No.
That was not at the Garden.
Nah, I wish.
Oh man,
but it was on ESPN.
It was.
Okay, there it is.
That was all over ESPN. I mean, that was the pride of Cherry Hill right there. That was the pride.
But I mean, but you get everybody's best. And that must be tough though. So you got to bring your game every night. You know what I mean? So I think it's good for the NBA. And you're seeing that even though Brooklyn got all those teams, the real team in New York is the Knicks.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know,
and they got all those players. The real team in New York is the Knicks.
Yeah. And the real team out, switching over, the real team out in Los Angeles is the Lakers.
Yes.
And,
absolutely.
And with,
absolutely.
And they've kind of, like I know before, but the Suns got that game early and I was like, oh, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I think we know what's going to happen now in that series.
They've separated themselves.
Well, I think the majority of it has to do with Chris Paul's injury.
Yeah,
okay.
that's
fair.
So I think, I'm not saying they wouldn't have won the series either way, but I think the way they're winning the series and the way the games have gone now are because of Chris Paul's injury.
Well, and again, I mean, that kind of goes back to like the leadership role. Like, I mean, I know that he was one of the guys I talked about too, about, his impact he has on the team.
Yeah.
And when I said that, he deserves some votes for MVP, shows before, it's like, it shows that he took the Suns from, where they were at to now where with him in, they were given a run to the Lakers every game. And I'm not saying they were going to beat him in that series, but like you said, with him in play, it's a different series. So
there's no question. And the way that the Lakers their confidence is just building. You saw how they were mocking every time LeBron got the ball. The guys on the bench are mocking everything. And, so they're having fun. Hopefully Chris Paul can come back healthy, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think, they're going to run away with it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, listen, the other night, that little ball handling segment that LeBron put on, that wasn't fair.
Well, LeBron's that dude. I mean, he's still. Well, how old is LeBron? 37 or 35 or 36?
35.
36. Yeah, he's about to turn 36.
Okay, I didn't realize that Melo was 37. Like, damn, Melo's old, yo. But no, LeBron is still, he's still LeBron. And Jay Crowder, come on, what are you doing? Like,
I mean, they have that history, so he was excited to go.
Yeah, from him in Boston.
From him in Boston, from him in Miami.
Oh, Miami,
and then
too, right.
They said when he was in, my sources told me,
I don't have any sources.
When he was in Cleveland for like a week.
He sure was.
And he said that LeBron was like, nah, get him out of here.
What?
Because he got traded to Utah after that, I believe.
Yeah.
And they said, get him out. Like LeBron didn't want him there.
What did he have against Jay Crowder?
I don't know.
I mean, Jay Crowder was
Cleveland for a hot second, right?
Jay Crowder was never like a star, but he was always a solid contributor.
Yeah, but he wasn't hitting them shots though.
Yeah, he's streaky as anything.
Yeah. That was like Marcus Smartish. A little bit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Marcus Smart he brings more because he
defense,
he does. You need a Marcus Smart on your team. I mean, I hate to say it, you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could say
they
that
separate themselves. A shame for Chris Paul, and maybe that's the knock on him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He gets it in the playoffs. He's always getting hurt.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. You know what I mean? So, I don't know what to. That's going to be tough. So they're done. Now they're cooked.
They are.
They're
but
done.
Another great series now. The Blazers and the Nuggets. I think that
they're 2-2. Yeah,
they're 2-2. The Blazers whooped them up yesterday. I mean, but that's another series though too. That if they have Jamal Murray, I think it's much different. I think if they have Jamal Murray, I think right now it's probably like 3-1 Denver. I don't know if it's a 2-2
I think it might even be like, don't sleep on the dude. We used to play against him down in Baltimore. And he was unstoppable at Lake Clifton. Will Barton.
He can put up points. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was phenomenal as a high school player. Baltimore had some talent down there too. We used to play against CJ Fair. He's not in the league no more.
He was a lefty, right?
Lefty.
Yeah,
he dunked on my one of my students, man. KG, I know you out there, man. He dunked on him.
Where did he play his college ball at?
Syracuse.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And then listen, we played this school one time. Shout out, hey, Coach Cromartie. I don't know if he out there or if he's listening, but yeah, Coach Cromartie. We played.
Chase sounds like one of those like nighttime radio hosts. If you're out there listening, we appreciate you.
we played one time in West Baltimore at Walbrook High School, and we played this cat named Roscoe Smith. He went to UConn. He went to Connecticut. I think he won the title too.
Yeah.
Right. Roscoe was fucking phenomenal. Oh my God. We couldn't get the ball past.
But I feel like he was like the 10th guy on UConn's bench.
No, he was starting.
No,
he was starting. Yeah, Roscoe was tough. You know what I'm saying? But we played against him. And then I always throw it back to me, he is the toughest little guard that I've ever seen play. Besides you, Randy. You know what I mean? Because you used to get busy. You know what I'm saying?
Stop.
All right, I'll stop.
Thank you. I would never try to claim that I will bring, tenacity to the basketball.
That's true. But listen, Omar Strong.
But I will still tell you that when Little J makes it, I'm gonna have to tell you that
Absolutely.
I helped build his.
Yes, because you checked him before harm.
Well, you know what? He learned at an early age.
Omar Strong was probably the baddest 5'9", 5'8" guard. He played. He plays in the. Is it the TBT?
Yeah.
He never got drafted. Even though he should have. I mean, well, because he's smart as a guard, but he was tough though. Oh my God, he put up like 50, 55 on us one time. Oh my gosh. But anyway, but I say all that to say that. Listen, Will Barton, he would make a difference though.
Oh yeah,
he would make a difference.
They say he's close to coming back.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, they still the Nuggets were able to maintain even after his injury, which is one of the big reasons why Jokic is going to win the MVP.
Think so?
He's going to win the MVP. Yeah, I mean, hands down. I do like what you said about including the playoffs in MVP.
Because when they make the decision, it's during the playoffs, right?
Right.
I wonder if
the votes go in.
Well, the votes go in.
Are already in.
Yeah, the votes are in.
Oh, they're done already.
My thing is this. I think they should do a playoff MVP and like a playoff MVP.
I get what you're saying.
Which obviously usually is the finals MVP because, you're there. But I hear what you're saying, though, how they should maybe tend to include it because, like right now, Joker and Embiid, the only thing that people are talking about is the number of games played. You take that out and you just put what they brought to the team, it's pretty even. So you could say right now,
right.
But again, if I'm going to compare this, if you want to make that argument and say they're going to wait until the playoffs, if Ben Simmons goes down, which is the comparison to Jamal Murray going down, then the Sixers are dealing with the same thing the Nuggets are dealing with.
That's true.
So
that's true. Even more of an impact at Ben Simmons.
Yeah, how
about Ben though? How's he been playing? How y'all feel he's been playing?
Well, I think like we talked about a little earlier. I mean, I think Ben's done what Ben needs to do. He's come with intensity on both ends of the ball. I mean, I liked even after the one dunk yesterday.
So he only had 14-7. That's all he had. Only had 14-7.
And I get, but the thing is, he's getting the people. Because when other guys are contributing the way they are, and you're getting the points, Ben can. But it's also how he started. Like Ben has been. It's aggressive from the jump and has set tone for the team early on in the series.
Okay.
So I'm okay with that. Also, at the same time, he's starting to show that toughness with Embiid. And if you have Embiid and Simmons both talking shit and getting, that's going to bring the whole team together. Because it was after the one dunk yesterday that, Simmons made the motion, to Westbrook that you're too small to guard me.
I got you.
I love that. And again,
he seems fired up.
Yeah, the only fault is 0 for 10 from the free throw line so far in the series.
That's terrible.
And I mean, now, you gotta be able to hit your free throws going on, as you get further in the
I want to see him work with like maybe Olajuwon or something like that to get some better moves. Because when he posts up, he turns around and does a little BS baby hook that always seems to. I mean, right there, it seems to always just be off and missing and. You know what I'm saying? But I just love the way that when he's engaged and not, turning the ball over. Yeah, he does a really good job. And he's been better with not turning the ball over. So that I've been happy about. Who
else has been better with that?
Who?
Joel. Because Joel
passed out that double team.
Right.
Well, they didn't double team him last time.
No, but I mean, a lot of times with Joel was, he would have his numbers, but then he would somehow end up with 5 or 6 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times too, like you said, it was trying to, make passes out, but he's just playing so smart. And like you brought it up earlier, Coach, he's just so focused. It's a different Embiid. Even when he does his post game posts and things like that, it's just all business,
Right.
all business, and you got the trust the process now is the new slogan.
What's it called?
Trust the process.
Oh, thrust. Okay.
But no, the one series though we forgot to touch base on though was just the Jazz and the Grizzlies. We talked about it a little bit early on.
And Ja, we trust, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I definitely, I had to, I text y'all too, talk my little junk about, because I knew they was gonna come out and win that game 1. Wait, are they up 2-1? Or Jazz is up 2-1?
Jazz up 2-1.
Yeah. So I still think it's 2-2 back to Utah for game 5 because Ja gets busy.
He's awesome.
They got a decent little team.
They do.
What's that? What's his name? Kevin. What's the light skinned dude?
Oh boy.
Is his name Kevin something or
Kyle Anderson.
Oh,
right.
okay.
That's what I mean. Yeah, he's decent.
Yeah,
he's decent.
Jersey guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's from Jersey?
St. Anthony's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yo, he's decent. He's decent, man. I like his game. And then you know what? Valanciunas is good for that team.
He is.
He is good for that team. So but he's the backup or he's the 5 and Jackson Jr. is the 4.
Oh, yeah.
They're okay.
And that's a guy who's turned it around because I know when he first came out after the draft, he hadn't lived up to expectations.
Oh, Jackson Jr.?
Yeah.
He got hurt.
Yeah.
Where did he go? He went to Georgetown?
No, he was
Where was he?
Was he a Wake Forest guy? No.
He didn't go to Georgetown? His father went to Georgetown.
I don't think he was at Georgetown. Where was he at? I don't know where he was at. I feel like he was. I don't
I
know.
want to say he was one of those SEC schools.
That's what I was just.
Or
okay.
ACC schools, excuse me.
His father used to used to get busy, but his father used to play D.
No, I thought it was cool though too. I was listening from my sources, not my sources, but I don't have them. But these guys, Michigan State, okay. These guys have sources. I'm still waiting to get mine. But Mike Conley talking about playing, back in Memphis where he was there for years, and he was, watching Ja, kind of, be the next generation.
Yeah.
And it's cool when you see, and I think it's important for, older players in the league like that who spent years with a team to acknowledge like that changing of the guard for the old organization. Yeah. So I thought it was pretty cool to see him do that. And I always like Mike Conley. I think I just love watching him play. Yeah. He had a huge game the other night.
But that's the reason why, it was his game and hitting them threes where it's like, you just couldn't. Yeah. Then him and Ja going back and forth for a little bit was kind of cool too. Yeah. But you just couldn't overcome that. You know what I mean? And then you had what's his name? Brooks, he missing those. I mean, he missed maybe 3-4 shots in a row. It was like, that's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's done. It's done for. But it's been good playoffs like we talked about before. It has.
Today's games. I know we got your boys at 1:00. You got the Brooklyn Nets. You got the Celtics. So it's going to be another good day. Again, Suns, Lakers playing. And then again, the Clippers and the Mavs tap it off tonight. And, the Sixers tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited for that because to me, I think the playoffs start after this round. Mm-hmm. So, even because we get the winner of the Knicks and the Hawks. But I still think that once we get to that semifinals, that's when the Sixers fans really start to say, okay, we got what we expect. We expected to be here. We still expect to win that second round, but I think that's when the playoffs really start for the Sixers and for our fans personally.
It's probably going to start that. I mean, I see the importance of winning that number 1 seed now.
Right.
That was critical.
Oh yeah, because the Sixers should not lose to the Knicks or the Hawks.
No, they should not.
So.
Right.
You're looking at that. I mean,
so you're looking at least Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, and
you're looking at. I think it's going to be Milwaukee.
I think that's going to be a great series.
I think it's going to be awesome. And I think it's going to be great because I think that when you're doing that, I think the Sixers can, whoever they play, if they play the Hawks or the Knicks, I think they can beat either of those teams in 5 games and, maybe 6 max. I'm saying that Sixers team really needs to win that series in 5 so they can sit down, rest, let the Nets and the Bucks beat each other up, push it to a 6 or 7 game series. Because I don't think any of those games are going to be easy. I can see the Sixers, even if they win 4-1, which I think it shouldn't be any worse than that, but I think all 4 games will be pretty comfortable wins. Yeah. But yet the Bucks and the Nets are going to be beating each other up.
Is Middletown a 3-and-D guy? Well, he's a 2. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, is he a defensive guy? Middleton?
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
So he'll be on Durant probably. You got Drew on Kyrie.
Well, it all depends if DiVincenzo's in too.
DiVincenzo's done for the season.
He's done.
Oh,
right?
he's
hurt.
done.
Sure.
Right.
It hurts them big time.
Okay, I didn't realize he was done.
It does.
Big time.
It does. It does. But I mean, they. I'm just trying to defensively. I mean, Drew and Kyrie. That's going to be a good matchup. I mean, Kyrie wins that, of course, but Drew's no slouch.
I think what they would do, is put Drew on Kyrie, put Middleton on Harden, or switch and Giannis on KD.
Okay.
I think Giannis
has been balling.
Yes.
Well, I think he also has
with
the
aggression. With aggression.
With Durant's ability to rise up and whatnot, the length of Giannis is what you need to guard Durant.
And the good thing about Drew Holiday can guard any of those guys.
Yes, he can.
So they're going to switch a lot of stuff, and
it's going to be a great series. Yeah, you're right.
It's going to be a really good series.
Yeah, Durant gets on my nerves, man. He does, man. He does. He's this tough guy now. I mean, I don't know. He gets on my nerves.
Durant?
Yeah, he gets on my nerves.
It does. Well, with that said, gentlemen, I know that we had some great NBA talk today.
Yes,
Once again, shout out to your buddy Jake, who joined us for that Knicks talk earlier in the segment. Like we always do every show, let's get our final thoughts in today, unless there was a topic that we didn't get into we want to touch on real quick, gentlemen.
The only thing I want to bring up real quick
is
we were talking with Jake about Thibodeau and who's going to come. The thing about Thibodeau, it takes a certain kind of player to play for him.
Sure.
So that's why I say you have to sign Randall, because you don't know who's going to want to play for Thibodeau, because he wears on people.
That's true.
The way he demands of his players. And I don't think it's negative. I think that's what coaches used to be, and he's an old school guy. So I think that's, just going back to that, I meant to say that when Jake was on, it takes a different kind of guy to play for him. So you just don't know who you're going to be able to attract in free agency with Thibodeau.
I just think Thibodeau. If we go back to 2012, right?
Yep.
The knock on him was that defensive guru.
Yep.
Offensively challenged,
right.
And that's what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a certain max to him, and then. Because I just don't like the way he's using Randall. Randall's free and he's all over the court. He's in no place.
Well, I think
trying to give him some points.
Even sometimes during the season, I thought Randall got 3 happy. I think he's just like you said. You want to see him post up more, and I think especially in the playoffs, that's what he needs to be doing.
Or high posts. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere there.
In 2012, if I'm not mistaken, he was Chicago.
Yes.
With Rose, with Noah, and all those guys.
Yes.
So he was able to get away with it a little more because you have a guy like Derrick Rose who can just score whenever.
Right.
And then you had, as much as he was underrated, you had a guy like Noah who was
who
an awesome defender.
Play.
Right.
So, and I don't think Randall's on that level. So I agree. You have to be able to put guys, and he doesn't have that kind of talent.
Sure.
I think they're overachieving.
Right.
From where they were supposed to be this season.
Right.
So you got to be able to do some mix it up and do some different things to try to get some easy baskets. Everything's just seems like it's a grind.
It's a grind, right?
So
yeah,
far.
right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where I'm like, put him in a position where he can get something easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. You gotta, because what he's doing now, everything just seems forced.
Right.
It seems forced. It's like, give me the ball. I got to try to do my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of you just within the flow of an offensive strategy or something like that. So,
absolutely.
I did want to, before you, I don't know if you get your closing thoughts yet, Coach, but I did want to touch on the Kwame Brown. Though. Can we go to Kwame Brown for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, shout out Kwame Brown.
You better shout him out before you.
I don't want no smoke. I want zero smoke.
He'll make you feel real small. Right?
No, man. Listen, he's a smart dude, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Kwame Brown is very smart. He's very informed. The only thing, though, he got on Stephen A. I mean, and a lot of people think, I know I was talking to my uncles and my brother yesterday, and they think I'm a Stephen A. fan. I'm not really a Stephen A. fan. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think he's good at what he does, though.
Is anyone really a Stephen A. fan?
I mean, why not? He does. He's good at what he does.
No, but what I'm saying is because I agree. I like him in that he's good at what he does. He plays that role well.
So. It's his job. He's good at what he does. Yeah. He's created a lane for himself. Well, he's created a lane for himself. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's done what he's supposed to do, right?
Okay.
But often, what I've been hearing recently, okay, they've been going back and forth, and then Stephen A. came back with his shot. I understood his shot. And what he said was, listen, critiquing of players has been going on way before you, way before me, and it'll be going on way before after me. So I like that. But you know who the real person I blame for Kwame Brown? Michael Jordan.
I knew you were gonna say that.
You gotta put, but he don't. But see, and that's the thing where
Michael,
I'm like,
if you're watching,
no, listen, Michael, listen. But we were celebrating him during the pandemic, The Last Dance, right? We were celebrating him. But Isaiah Thomas said it. Yo, he's not a good dude. He's not a good dude.
This coming from Isaiah, though.
He's not a good dude, man. Like, he's not a good dude. But people have painted Michael in this light. Like he's just this. He was a great basketball player, but he was a terrible dude, though. Wasn't really a good dude, man. And what you did to Kwame Brown, because it was him. It was directly him. I mean, disrespecting this 17-year-old kid, getting on him, bullying him, shattering his confidence, shattering him. I mean, embarrassing him. That's what I see, and that's coming from like a counselor point of view.
So let me ask you this, and this is now when Kobe came into the league and Shaq joined up with him. Kobe was a young kid, and Shaq used to get on Kobe. And what did they end up doing together?
Win a championship.
So maybe he just, I'm just saying. I mean, he might come at me. Maybe he wasn't tough enough to handle it from.
Yeah, I think that there's levels of it because I mean, Shaq was. Shaq is older than Kobe, but they were still considered maybe a peer.
Right, but I'm just saying.
Michael was like 38, 40, and Kwame Brown was 17. Plus, they have vast different backgrounds, okay? Kobe's Philly guy, but overseas, Italy, can speak 3-4 languages. You know what I'm saying? Kwame Brown is... as a young kid say, he got it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? So he came up from the trenches or whatever. So you got to know your personnel and know how you can deal with each. I mean, Coach, that's one of your specialties. You know how to push on different kids, different buttons. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have one straight way and just be just diminishing this dude.
And that's what makes great coaches.
But nobody talks about. We just hearing about Stephen A. We're hearing about Charlemagne the God. We're hearing about Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes. You know what I'm saying? What do you call him? Becky with the good hair, whatever. At the end of the day, I want to hear a video about Michael Jordan. I want to hear about him because he was the one that began this thing. He started it.
So just so I'm clear, you're blaming Michael Jordan for Kwame Brown's lack of basketball success.
Not at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm blaming him for bullying Kwame Brown.
Which inevitably led to him not being able to be successful in the NBA, or what?
Well, I mean, tell me how many kids that have been bullied that severely and have been able to still have success. Some have, some haven't, depending on the situation. But there's no doubt in my mind that he was bullied, like severely. I'm just saying, man.
I'm just trying to understand.
My thing is too, and I think as an adult in a situation like that, you can't. I don't know if you can use the term bullied. I think it's got to be different. Like when you're trying to compare it to someone being bullied as a 10, 12-year-old
in the mic
is different than being. Listen, I'm just getting into it.
No, I got you.
It's different than Kwame Brown being bullied by Michael Jordan.
Wait, Kwame Brown was 17.
No, and I get that, but
17, bro. 17 is almost 40.
I don't blame Michael Jordan for the Kwame Brown not panning out as an NBA player.
No,
NBA player.
I don't think that's what I don't even think that's what the argument is. I think the argument is
this is what I'm trying to.
Yeah, I think the argument is that you're poking, like, people poke fun at him.
Yeah.
But people don't realize that Michael fucked his head up.
So Michael
I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that. But he fucked his head up though, bro. Like. I mean, that's the truth of things.
I don't disagree with that, and
that's what I'm saying.
And I think anybody who has done any, not even research, but just listen to what's going on in the basketball world will not tell you Michael Jordan is my favorite player of all time. Nobody ever, no matter what they do, will be better than Michael Jordan in my eyes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as far as basketball wise, absolutely.
Michael Jordan's not a good person.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Right.
Like, and I think anybody who knows anything about Michael Jordan will tell you that.
Right.
I think.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it's the people who just the casuals who may say because he's a great player,
right.
He's a great basketball,
right,
because he's a great person. But in terms of like, I don't know. Do you want Kwame Brown to come out and start talking about Mike?
That's
not going to happen.
But that's what I think should happen.
It's not going to happen.
But that should happen. That's the challenge.
Okay.
Kwame Brown, I want to hear something about Mike, yo.
It won't happen.
No.
Why not?
Because it's Mike.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to hear something about Mike.
Won't happen.
You know what I'm saying? I agree with all the points that he's saying.
You know why it won't happen?
Okay, no, I hear that, Charles. I hear that. But I'm saying I want to hear about Mike.
You know why it won't happen?
And if Mike's, go ahead.
Because Mike's not saying anything about him. He's only coming at people who are speaking about him. And
that's fair.
And Mike's not going to.
And that's fair.
And that was the way Mike.
That's fair. That's fair. But Mike is the cause of it. Mike started it.
That could be.
Mike started it. You don't treat a 17-year-old kid like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. You just don't do that. Kwame Brown was the original JaVale McGee.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, he was.
We're in the NBA though. We're in the NBA. Like I'm sorry, we're still in the NBA. You're in the highest level. I get it that he's 17, and I know you have to learn to adjust on the fly, but we're not playing rec basketball. You're in the NBA.
No, I get it. Yes, and you're right. And when you and that's what goes back to that argument of with Russell Westbrook and stuff. When you have that level of attention, notoriety, it's what you sign up for. Yeah. So you gotta have that thick skin. Yeah. I get it. But Michael, knowing that, they got similar background, similar demographic, they're both from down south. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way that he started off, it just wasn't a good look. I mean, he tore him down. And when you hear from some of his other teammates, I was watching that this morning, and they were talking about, players like Jahadi White. You remember Jahadi White? You know what I'm saying? Or Chris Whitney or whatever. Yeah. And they weren't good players. I mean, to me, but on an NBA level, everybody's good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, they were talking about how Mike was just getting on them, embarrassing them, this, that. Like, you just can't treat somebody like that, man. You just can't do that, man. You just can't do that.
Okay.
You just can't do that.
Mike did it to everybody, though. Mike did it to everybody. Yeah. Mike did it to Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
I mean, he embarrassed Scottie Pippen in front of everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad, though.
He embarrassed Charles Barkley in front of everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying he did not exclude who he did. He went after everybody. So,
right. But I just think that level of arrogance can you can destroy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, you can.
You know what I mean? And Charles, you're right. He has been quiet for years. You know what I'm saying? And he has the right to address anybody he wants on his platform. He's right. You know what I mean? And in hindsight, Stephen A has the right to continue to even retaliate or defend himself. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. I just would like to see a video from Kwame Brown about Michael Jordan. I want to see that.
Okay. I think it'd be awesome.
I think it would be great.
I want to see it. I want to see it. To solidify everything you've been saying, Kwame, you got to make that thing about Michael Jordan.
Maybe you can talk to your sources. We can get Kwame on. No,
that's not.
Okay.
That's probably not going to happen over here.
So, I know, like I said, it would be good to see. I think it would, like you said, it'd be awesome. I just don't think at the end of the day, right? The bullying can be all taken all different ways. You know,
it can. I mean, listen, shout out Kwame Brown. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I get the things that he's saying, and I'm not saying that, you know, he's a very knowledgeable dude. But I mean, you know, and again, I'll probably talk with my man after this about Stephen A's response. But I liked his response, though. I can't say I didn't. You know what I mean? You know, the man has a job. He's doing the job, and he's created a lane for himself. And sometimes, you know, we talk about, and that's like a bigger issue. I'm not even going to bring that up or whatever, but we talk about tearing people down. But then if our response is now tearing people down, then we're no better than the people that we're saying is tearing down. Yeah. So, and that's something that, like I said, I'm going to talk to my man, see afterwards about that. But anyway, all right, go ahead, Rand.
No, that's cool. Coach, what are your final thoughts, you know, before we wrap up today?
My closing thoughts are going to be a quick trivia question for you guys.
Sure.
All right. I think you guys will get it pretty quickly. Players that have played the most NBA playoff games, top 5.
Oh, top 5. What?
Shaq.
LeBron.
1. 2 is not a Hall of Famer. 3 is a Hall of Famer. 4 is not a Hall of Famer. 5 is a
2 is not a Hall of Famer? Okay.
Michael Jordan.
Nope.
Oh.
Karl Malone?
Nope.
Moses Malone?
Nope.
Oh, Larry Bird?
No. Long NBA careers.
I was just thinking of somebody who had a solid career, but not.
Only one of them has played on one team.
Did we say Karl Malone?
Karl Malone's not in it.
Really?
How about Dennis Rodman?
Nope.
Wow. Steve Kerr?
No, but in that lane, one of them's in that lane.
Oh, Robert Horry?
Robert Horry's
number 4. Okay, Charles. Okay,
Robert
Charles.
Horry's number 4.
That's Charles. Okay.
Oscar Robertson?
Nope.
No.
These are all guys that one of them's not this era, but the other 2 are pretty recent guys. Number 2 is not a Hall of Famer. Played with some Hall of Famers, but then he switched teams a little bit, stayed in the playoffs. Number 3 is just got into the Hall of Fame. Easy one.
Scottie Pippen? I don't know.
Who just got in? Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan's number 3.
Yeah, Tim Duncan.
And number 5's a guy who was in the league forever, played on multiple teams.
Give me one of the teams.
Vince Carter.
Lakers.
Ruben Patterson.
Oh my God.
Both 2 and 5 are both longtime Lakers.
Okay.
Longtime Lakers.
Oh, AC Green.
No.
AC.
No, we used to tease AC Green.
Mark Madsen.
No, we used to tease AC Green.
Number 5. I'm gonna give you number 5. Number 5 is
No, wait. Hold on. He played with both. You said they were both
long-time Lakers.
Long-time Lakers. James Worthy.
No.
Oh, wait. What? From what era?
Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher's number 2.
Okay.
Damn.
That era, James Worthy era.
Oh, Byron Scott.
Nope.
Oh, Kareem.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, Kareem.
Okay.
So it's LeBron, Derek Fisher's number 2, Tim Duncan's number 3, Robert Horry's 4, and Hakeem is 5.
Okay. Gotcha.
Wow.
All right. Any other final thoughts?
Just enjoying these playoffs. Looking forward to another day off from school as well. And
yes.
school winding down.
Yes, absolutely.
But no, that's it for me.
Jay, was that your final thought today on the Kwame Brown situation?
Kwame Brown. Yo, Horry got how many rings?
7.
Yeah, 7 rings.
Damn, yo.
Not in the Hall of Fame either. Should be.
You think he should?
Yeah, I think he should be.
For what he did.
For what he did.
For the moments.
For the moments, for being on he was never sitting around for a ring. He was involved.
No. And
he got big shot Bob for reasons.
Hitting big shots. Houston, LA, and San Antonio.
Yes.
He should be in before Ben Wallace.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No final thoughts. Another day off. Listen. It's my last week of being 44, man. So next time I come on the air, man, I'll be 45, man.
You'll be the old Jordan.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Be 45 when we record the show too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
Jason birthday special.
Yeah, just hope, I'll probably be in rare form, hopefully. Just hope that just hope as finish closing out a great week. Hopefully, it's scholarship season, so it's a little hectic at work a little bit, but we'll get it done and finish strong and then look forward to some summer vacay.
Yeah.
So planning that stuff now. And listen, we feed the homeless tomorrow down in Camden, man. We barbecuing.
Nice.
I know, and I appreciate you, Marcus, for coming out to Wendy's and stuff like that. And Randy, I know you said that you ladies and gentlemen, you hear it right here, right?
Listen,
I know you said
I
that
could
you
not make it out. I will absolutely donate.
Right, and I'm sure he's going to donate right after the show. So I'll let you guys know what happens. But we look forward to having
smoke from me, forget Kwame Brown.
Look forward to hopefully some good weather. I think it's supposed to be nice tomorrow. Right?
We're supposed to get a nice day tomorrow.
So we'll be barbecuing and stupid Charles. So that we we'll be able to just have a good time, man. You know what I'm saying? So feeding the homeless and passing out some burgers and hot dogs for them and stuff like that.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. And, like I said, same thing. I'm just excited to see the Sixers close it out, and just continue watching it. Obviously, wrapping up the baseball season. We got a couple games left.
Yeah.
And shout out to one of my seniors, Rob Hamilton, who made maybe the catch of the year in all New Jersey baseball. I mean, this guy must have traveled 200 feet to catch this fly ball.
Wow.
Ran straight into the soccer net.
Wow.
Held on to the ball. I mean, everyone that was there, we're talking everybody at this game against Cherry Hill West gave him a standing ovation. Shout out to Rob Hamilton with the catch of the year.
Told me about this. Do we have this on film anywhere?
Unfortunately, if we had it on film, I would have sent it to Sports Center.
I heard one of the players from West, dad plays my dog, whatever. He told me about the catch too.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the thing is, Rob has played an amazing center field all season. That he actually made a catch the other day that was even better than that.
Wow.
But shout out to Rob, and hopefully end the season on a positive note. We got a couple tough games left, but hoping to pull one out before we get it.
Now, were you able to you saw the whole game, right? You didn't.
No. I saw the whole game. I saw it.
I didn't know if you left early.
No, I did not leave early. I did not leave early.
Other obligations, I'm not sure.
No. I did not leave early this game. Oh man. But listen, you got to get that first one out. I'm telling you, you got to motivate your team. And let me tell you have to earn the respect of your team sometimes.
True indeed, man. So, great job doing what you're doing out there too. Man.
Listen, thanks, man. Listen, it's been a fun run. We got some summer league going. So my guys that will be coming back, hopefully they'll be playing, this summer.
Oh, really? Wait, you got summer games?
Well, we got summer leagues that some of my guys are going to join up and play.
Oh, that's good.
And that'll, continue to grow and come back stronger for next year.
Cool.
That's cool. Let's go. Y'all playing in that Haddon Height League is going to be good this year. It's going to be a lot of teams in that.
We are playing it, yeah.
It's going to be a lot of teams in there.
Yeah.
That's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to some summer basketball because we got the Voorhees League out here. They're going to be playing. You saw the courts?
I saw a picture of mine.
Oh man, it looked really good, man. We went over there the other night, man. Very good, man. Just I think I'm ready for summer, man. Ready for summer.
Absolutely.
Ready for some good weather, good eating, good camaraderie, good conversation. So,
absolutely.
I'm ready for.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that said, with everything wrapped up, once again, we appreciate you watching every Sunday. Find us on the Facebook page live for the Let's Get It page. You can always follow us on the YouTube, the Four Walls Foundation. Once again, during the week, we're always posting, trying to, just keep you up to date, keep you informed of what's going on in the sports world. If anything at all, always message inboxes, post something on the page you want us to talk about. For Marcus Bullock, Jason Bryce, I'm Randy Duckin. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.